Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and Apple is moving the Mac line to ARM. In something that has been rumored in a long time, Mac is finally being moved to the ARM processor that Apple develops here, and Intel is going to be left out of this. And I think there's multiple reasons why Apple's doing this. One, there's rumors that it's going to help them lower cost. They get to control the whole design process. They get to put exactly what they want into each product now. And it's basically they get to control the manufacturing of it too. Intel's been stuck on 14 nanometers. And I think that Apple wanted to see some progress where Intel wasn't showing it yet. Yes, we've finally seen some of the foremost platforms where 3D stacked Intel is coming out with. However, I don't think that was enough for Apple. Apple made this decision a long time ago when they didn't see anything coming from Intel, and when they had brought in a whole bunch of the talent to start designing ARM chips, that's what started this off. Yes, they have the iPhone already. They have the iPad, their Apple TV. I'm probably missing, their watch. I think is also on the ARM chip that they kind of developed. And now they're just going to do the Mac line. And they're going to have a lot of control over this. And a lot of the software that people use, Apple does develop and or work closely with Apple to make sure that that's going to work properly, as well as hopefully work just as well as it ever has, or if not better. And I believe also Apple's going to start adding in a whole bunch of different compute sectors of that chip to really help accelerate certain tasks so that people can accomplish what they want to accomplish at a faster rate. So that's kind of a little bit my take, what I kind of see of why Mac is moving. And I think it's a good move for them to be in control and everything else. Yeah, there's probably other processors out there that they could be serviced as well. I mean, AMD makes a good product, but even AMD has done a lot of custom stuff, even for Apple alone and for Microsoft. The consoles, Sony, and Microsoft there as well. I believe the Surface chip was a custom one. So there's a lot of custom designs going out there where people want to have their device hit a certain spec, and then the customization of that chip needs to be able to hit it in that power envelope, and so that they can release a great product for that. So I actually see a lot more custom side things to going forward. And don't be surprised if Apple will do this again, right? Apple's gone from PowerPC to Intel, now to ARM, and right now you can get the Mac if you're a developer for this transition phase, but I fully expect to them at least get most of the line starting to switch over this next generation of Macs as they update them through their entire line. And I think it's in the end, it's gonna be good for them to get this moved over. I know a lot of people have concerns about the power. Are they going to be powerful enough to be able to get video editing done or whatever else I need to get done on that Mac? And only time's going to tell. I don't have a Mac device sitting in front of me to be able to test on to see it. Yes, it does, but they did talk about being able for developers to get their hands on it, and that there's going to be some emulation there to make sure that the move across is going to be smooth, a lot smoother than the PowerPC transition to the Intel. However, in doing that, one has to think of what type of hit the emulation does take on battery life and power efficiency, and what Apple's trying to do there as well. I know Intel, when Microsoft was doing it, Intel was beating their chest pretty loudly saying we're going to sue you for this, or this emulation. Time will tell to see if that happens. I haven't heard much on Intel kind of beating their chest anymore on that, but like I said, time will tell on all this. Now, you have with the ARM processors that Apple's been creating, you have the always on, you have, they're going to have both high performance and probably low performance cores in that system as well, to especially, I think this is going to be great for laptops to have those low efficiency cores when you are just surfing the net or, doing email, low end power stuff, because that's going to be saving on battery life. It's going to be greatly increased battery life overall of the device, and I think that's a good thing for users. Users want to get more out of their device, and when you need it, you have the powerful cores. That's going to be the big thing about where this is going. Even my phone gets drained when playing games or doing a lot of video playback. So can there be more efficiencies done in that as well to iron that out and make that more efficient. That's going to be huge, I think, for a device that you're going to be taking with you doing presentations and, or conferencing with. And I think that's going to be the next step as well. So what are your thoughts on this whole basically OS going to ARM? And do you think it was a good move for Apple? I think this is the next step that Apple's going to take. They've already done one transition. This is going to be the next one. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you think this is going to be affect Intel negatively? I know Intel's came out and said we will support Apple, but we still think that the best performance for development and everything else going forward is Intel. They should say that, right? They should stand up for the product, which is logical. Otherwise, you'd be really concerned about the product. But what are your thoughts about this, about Apple moving to it? How do you think it also might affect future agreements with even GPU side stuff with AMD? Do you think that they're going to go away as well from the Mac product line? And where do you think Intel is going to stand, though, in the market as a whole with the Mac kind of going away? Do you think other companies will also look away and maybe doing their own? We've already seen Microsoft do a little bit of ARM as well, and AMD's coming back with the Force. Do you think that puts a little bit more pressure on Intel here going forward? Let me know what your thoughts are below. And as always, I do want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking the time to help support Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. I really appreciate it. You guys have been great this whole time. And until next time, I want to say God bless, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.